All right, so this is going to be take 3 of the review comparing the Sennheiser Game 1s and the HyperX Cloud Revolver S's. I'm making this video because if you're like me and you have somehow stumbled upon this, these are the two headsets that you're down to, right? As much as I wish I could say that you're comparing apples to apples, in reality, you are not at all. Right? And I only say that because one of these, the Sennheiser, is an open back stereo headset, whereas the Cloud Revolver is a closed back USB headset with the digital 7.1. If you were going to compare apples to apples, you would need to compare the Sennheiser Game Zeros with the HyperX Cloud Revolver, the original version, both of which are closed back stereo headphones, or you need to compare the Sennheiser PC373Ds with the Cloud Revolver S's, right? The way I ended up coming down to just these two between the Revolvers and the Game 1s is that for a long time I've been looking for the best headset, right? I've used Astro 850s, I've used Turtle Beach Elite 800s, and I could never find the perfect blend of good audio plus a good microphone, right? And if you look for those two features, a lot of the times these two headsets pop up as the ones that are recommended. Getting right into it, as far as build quality goes and just kind of comparing the two. So these are the Sennheiser Game 1s right here. And it's an all plastic construction. It's got the velour cushioning on it, right? It's a very, very comfortable headset, right? Pretty much don't feel it on my head whatsoever. If you're going to be wearing a headset with glasses, I think this is the way to go. It's very comfortable with glasses on. I tested it out this morning for about 4 hours, and I felt no pain. Most of the time, right, you got that headset squeezing on your ears, and it's just pushing against your glasses frame, and it's really annoying, but do not experience with these. To mute them, all you got to do is lower the mic boom. As you raise it, you'll hear a click. And I'm not sure how loud that is for you, but it's definitely audible, so you know when you're muted and you know when you're talking. Sound quality on these is a straight 10 out of 10. Everything sounds amazing. You know, this open back, people say it has a larger sound stage. I'm not too sure what that means. I'm not an audiophile, but watching movies, listening to music, and playing games, I definitely thought that these sounded better than the Revolvers. I had my wife test them out as well. She doesn't give a damn about any of this gaming crap, and she thought they sounded a little bit better as well. That's pretty much it for them. You know, it connects to the back of your computer with this wire here. It's got one input for your headset and one for your microphone. They sell a separate splitter cable for like $15 if you don't have both of those ports on the back of your motherboard, if you just have to use one. They do sell that extra edition. I think that's kind of crappy though, that something that they retail for $225 does not come with that included. It is detachable if you need to reposition or anything like that, which is it's fine. But the difference between these, one of the big differences is that you can use the Cloud Revolvers for your Xbox or your PS4, whereas these I'm pretty sure you can't. So that's definitely something to consider if you're going to be using the headset for something different. Moving on to the Cloud Revolver S. In terms of build quality, I think the Revolver S takes the cake by a long shot. It's got pretty much all premium material construction. It has this rubberized non-fingerprint material for the ear cups. It's got the metal construction, and it's a suspension style headset. Now, when I put it on, I can tell you right off the bat, this is also extremely comfortable. One of my big gripes with the HyperX Cloud 2s is that they clamp really hard against your head. At least they did with mine, right? Whereas these just fit nicely. And they're a one size fits all. There's no adjusting for anybody, you know? Someone with a small head puts the same headset I'm wearing on, it's going to fit them well. They're a little bit heavier than the Sennheisers are, but the biggest difference is obviously going to be this right here, the USB dongle, right, that has this built-in sound card that can provide a simulated 7.1 Dolby Digital, which I'm going to be honest with you, I think it sounds like crap. I never use it, and I never will use it. I don't think it adds any sort of audio enhancement while you're in game. And the mute button is right beneath it. Also has 3 equalizer presets on the side there, which don't function when you have the Dolby Digital on, but you can see it switching through there. It has a wheel for your mic volume and one for game volume. If you're going to use, the nice part with this, with the dongle, like I was saying, is you can just unplug this, right? And that's your headset. You can easily plug that into your Xbox controller. You can plug it into your PS4 controller. So as far as versatility goes, you know, multi-platform, the Revolvers take the cake. The only thing one of the other things I don't like about it as well is the microphone on it. It is it's detachable, but you take it off, you know, you got to plug it back in. You cannot go and just flip the boom up like you can with the Sennheisers, right? But the real reason why I even looked into the Sennheisers was because of these. And that is due to the fact that when I'm gaming with the Cloud Revolvers on, I cannot hear anything in the outside world. To some people, that's going to be a bonus, right? If you game in a noisy environment, then look into a closed back headset. Look into these, right? They're $149, I believe. And you don't even have to get this variant. You could get the regular Cloud Revolvers, which I don't know what those retail for. I think it's maybe in the 120 range. But they just really block out all the sound. My wife, who's in the other room, my buddies in Discord would hear her yelling at me before I could hear, if she was trying to get my attention. When someone, order pizza and they ring the doorbell, I couldn't hear the doorbell. The only way I knew someone was at the door is because luckily I get a phone notification, and my dogs go batshit crazy when anyone is at our door. So that's the only way I would ever know. Other than that, can't hear a damn thing. So that was the main switch that I wanted to make when it came to getting a new headset. I wanted to get a headset that had mic monitoring, right? So I started looking into that, but with an open back headset, you don't need mic monitoring. And that's because right now, I sound the exact same to myself as I did without the headset on. Like, there's no discernible difference as far as my personal volume goes. And that is a huge, huge deal to me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to test out all 3 of these. Right now I'm talking on a Blue Yeti headset, or a Blue Yeti little, this thing that everyone has. I don't have a mic boom or whatever you call it, I don't have that broadcaster thing that comes down or a pop filter on it. I don't have any of that crap, right? I stream a couple of games every now and then for a grand total of 5 viewers, on a good night. So that doesn't matter a whole lot to me. But if you're going to just pick up a headset to stream with, let me tell you right now, you're about to hear the difference. I think the Sennheisers are phenomenal. I'm going to do a talking test with them. I am going to do a typing test with them all at the same time. Now, just to notify you, the HyperX Cloud Revolvers, are they called? Yeah, they're called Cloud Revolvers, thank God. It's going to sound quiet. Like, I've definitely done this test before, and it sounds really quiet. But right now, I have all 3 headsets set to the exact same volume on OBS Studio, so it shouldn't be that different. But I've never had anybody in game or in Discord tell me that I'm too quiet and I need to turn my microphone up. So right now, we're on the Blue Yeti. Right, I have a Black Widow Chroma V2 with orange switches. Right, I don't have that clickety clack green shit. I'm not. So here it is. Right, you can get a good idea of what it sounds like, okay? So right now, I'm going to get the Cloud Revolvers. Make sure they're plugged in. All right, turning off the Yeti. And I've turned on the Revolvers. And like I said, I got to do a lot of adjusting because I don't want to be super duper quiet when I'm coming through, but the arm's not really that easy to adjust, but now you got a good idea of what my sound or what my voice sounds like coming through these. It's definitely not nearly as clear, and that's just due to the fact, in my personal opinion, of this little USB sound card. So here's what typing on the keyboard sounds like. Oh, so that's what it is. If you hit space, it mutes your headset. So if I got muted there, there again, that's what it sounds like. So now I'm going to swap it over to the Sennheisers so you can get a feel for those. All right, so every single time that I put these on after putting on the revolvers, I'm just happy. Like, I don't know why, but they are so damn comfortable, number one. But number two, I love the fact that I can hear myself talk. Like, I don't know if I was yelling at y'all, if I was whispering to you. Couldn't tell you. No idea. But this is me typing on the keyboard, which it's not even picking it up, it looks like. Maybe very faintly when I'm talking, but really, really high quality microphone, right? So, might as well finish out the video in it. I cannot recommend the Sennheiser Game Zeros. Or I'm sorry, the Sennheiser Game 1's enough. I imagine the Game Zeros have the exact same headset right here. Or the exact same microphone, right? If you're just down between the revolvers and the Game 1's, buy the Game 1's. But if your budget, right, because that's another thing to consider, is that the Game 1's retail for $225 on Sennheiser's website. You can get them for about $160 on Amazon. The Cloud Revolvers, they're going to be going for about $150. But you can get the stereo version for about $120. And I think if you want a good closed-back headset, you're a fan of HyperX, you're a fan of their build quality, which I am as well. Like, it's a phenomenal headset, and it shouldn't be overlooked. But you know, if those are the factors that you need to take into consideration, then get the Clouds. But if you have a little bit of extra money to spend, take a look at these Sennheisers. I don't think you'll regret it one bit. Leave any questions or comments in the section below, and I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day.